Hey, our friends, today we're going to be drawing a spring robot.
Yeah, we hope you're going to follow along. It's going to be a lot of fun and maybe a little advanced, but we're still taking it one step at a time, so it'll still be a lot of fun.
Yes.
You need your drawing supplies. We're going to use a pencil first and a marker. You also need some
Paper and something to color with.
Yeah. You ready to start?
Yes.
We're using our pencil first to draw all of the general shapes, and that way we can get it just the way we want it before we use the marker. We're also using marker paper because we're drawing and coloring with markers at the end. This helps keep our markers lasting much longer than if we're using regular printer paper. Okay, let's start by drawing our robot's head, and we're going to draw the general shape first. I'm going to draw a line straight across for the bottom of the head. Now, I'm pressing kind of firm or hard. This is so that the line shows up on camera, but you guys at home can press lightly so it's easier to erase when we're all done. Now let's draw the outside or the top of our robot head. I'm going to draw a shape that kind of comes around like this. Another fun thing about this lesson is you can change the shape any way you want. You can make it more square, you can make it taller or shorter, you can make it really wide if you want. And you can also add even more details to your robot too as we go along. And I'm glad you're using the eraser. Anytime you want to make a change to your drawing, you can, and then just erase any of the lines you don't want to keep. Okay, now let's draw the eyes. I'm going to draw really big eyes. So I'm going to draw a circle here and a circle here the same size. Nice. Now we can draw the body. Let's draw a shape like this. We're drawing kind of a small robot, and I'm going to draw a line to connect the bottom. Oh, let's turn this into a hill that our robot is standing on or sitting on. Yeah, let's have him sitting. So I'm going to draw curves coming down, and then also down here at the bottom, we can draw a curve to connect the hill at the very bottom. Let's draw the feet. I'm going to draw them sticking straight out. So I'm going to draw a shape, an oval shape right here in the corner that overlaps the body and also the hill. And I go over it a couple times just to get the shape how I want it. And then you can go in and erase any extra lines. Cool. Now let's switch to our eraser and erase the lines inside of the feet. Let's also draw the arms. I'm going to draw an arm that sticks out to the side and come down and then back in. I'm going to draw that same rectangle shape coming out on the other side too. There's all the general shapes for a robot. Now let's add some of the plants, the spring flowers popping out. We're going to draw, let's first actually draw some big leaves. I'm going to draw a big leaf shape right here. Maybe it's a big wide blade of grass. And I'm going to draw another blade of grass maybe sticking out to the side here. And I'm going to add a couple more. And you really don't have to match exactly how we're drawing this. I'm going to draw a really tall blade of grass. You can change this any way you want. That looks really cool. Now let's add stems for the flowers. I'm going to draw a really tall flower that comes up higher than the robot. Oh, I'm going to do another one over here too. This one, maybe this one's really long, a little bit longer, and this one's a little shorter. And then up at the top, yeah, there you go. Up at the top, let's add an oval shape for our flower. This is a flower that's tipped on its side. So it's a round flower, but because it's tipped, it's squished. We could also draw the bottom of the flower like a little curve or C shape underneath. Yeah. I'm going to add a few leaves coming down the stem. I'm going to draw one here. Maybe this one goes behind the robot. I'm going to draw another one over here, or let's see. Yes, right here, and maybe right here too. So we're just drawing, we're going really fast because we're just drawing quick shapes to help us figure out where we want to put everything. That looks really cool. Let's add a shorter flower, maybe right here. I'm going to draw a stem that's shorter, and then draw another oval. And look, I'm just drawing on top of everything else that I've already drawn. And then maybe this one is in front of that first one we drew. So let's erase any of the lines that we can see inside of that oval shape. Then at the bottom of this flower, let's also draw that U shape that we did for the other two flowers. Then let's even add more flowers. Oh, and let's come down here. You know those blades, the really thick blades of grass? We can erase any of the guidelines that are inside of those. So pick which ones are in front. So this one right here is in front of the hill, or the little hill that our robot's sitting on. So I'm going to erase the line that goes through it. Now let's go crazy and add a lot more flowers. These can be a lot smaller though. I'm going to just draw circles, small circles. Well, some of them can be larger and some can be smaller. I'm going to just draw them all over the place. And you can spread them out. You can add as many as you want, or you can even leave some of these off. You don't have to draw as many. We could even have really small ones too. Inside of these flowers, if there are any lines that you want to erase, you can do that too. So this flower, I want to draw that in front of that blade of grass. So I'll erase the line going through the flower. But maybe this flower is behind the blade of grass, so I'm going to erase the flower part. Is that cool?
Yes.
And we can do that with all of the small little circles that we just added. Let's put our pencils off to the side and switch to our markers. Now we can start adding a lot more details. Let's start with the robot's head, and more specifically, let's start with the eyes. I'm going to start by drawing on top of the pencil line the circle for each eye. And then we can add even more details by drawing more circles. I'm going to draw a thin circle first, or a circle that's just a little bit bigger, but right next to the one we already drew. And we'll repeat that same step over here on this eye. And then I think I'm going to add an even bigger circle around each eye. So each eye is really big on the robot. I'm going to do the same thing over here on this eye. Let's also add a little rectangle shape here. Oh, this is going to make the eyes maybe look a little angry. Those could be the eyebrows. And I drew those shapes over the pencil line, so now we can erase the guideline that's inside of those shapes. That way we don't get confused, so that we don't want to draw that line.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's trace over the pencil line for the shape of our robot's head. Come around and up to that first rectangle shape, and then we'll connect in between the rectangles. Oh, we could also draw antenna on top of our robot's head. It might make him look like a little bug.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw a line that comes up. Oh, maybe a circle at the top. We could draw another line so that the antenna is thicker. And I'm going to do the same thing for another antenna on the other side. Let's also add a little mouth. I'm going to draw a straight line and then a U shape for the bottom of the mouth. And we can color that in too. Let's draw a small circle in the top left of each eye. And let's color in the bigger circle, but leave that little circle white. I'm going to switch to the other side of my marker, to the chisel side, and this will help color in that shape a little faster. That part we sped up, so remember to pause the video to take extra time and color in your eyes. Now let's add even more details to the head. I think I'm going to add a few more little buttons or sensors. I'm going to add 2 circles there. Maybe a circle over here too on the other side. I'm going to add a little vent. So we're going to add horizontal lines that come down. Now let's switch to the body and also the feet. First, let's draw on top of the pencil line for the outside shape of each foot. There we go. Then we can repeat that same shape but smaller inside. Then let's also add a little texture for the bottom of the feet. I'm going to draw horizontal lines going all the way down each foot. And we can draw them over here too. Now let's draw the line connecting the 2 feet. And also we could draw the line going up from the foot to the head. All right, let's add even more details to the body. I'm going to draw a shape right here in the middle. And we could also add little buttons on the side. Remember, you can add any details you want. You can add as many buttons. You could change the shape of each button. We could also add, I'm going to add a little square right here. Maybe this is the legs coming in and connecting to the body. And I'm going to draw a little vent going this way. And then let's draw the arms. I'm going to draw a shape right here, a rectangle shape. And that same rectangle shape over here. So it's tall and skinny. And then we can draw the line connecting to the body. And let's also draw the little shape on the outside. Should we add little Cheeto fingers?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to draw 2 little Cheeto fingers like this and 1 like that. And do the same thing over here and a Cheeto finger for the thumb on the bottom. Let's add 2 little dots on the wrist. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
I think we've finished our robot. Now let's draw all of the spring flowers around our robot.
Okay.
Let's start up here and we're going to draw this first flower. Let's add an oval shape in the middle, but towards the top of the bigger pencil oval. Yeah. Then we're going to draw the petals going around it. So first I'm going to draw a big petal coming down, and then we're going to draw each petal when we go around. We're going to draw it coming out to the pencil line. See how that first pencil shape kind of helps?
Yes.
And then when we get around to this side, we're going to leave the petals off. You can't see them. So we're going to do the same thing going around the other way. And that's how we make our flower look more 3D. If you want, you could add really small petals on the other side. And that makes the flower look like it's tipped.
It does.
Okay, let's repeat that same step over here. We're going to draw an oval towards the top of the pencil line. Then we're going to draw that first really big petal here. Then we're going to draw long petals that come out to the pencil line until we get all the way around to the other side. Then we can do the same thing on the other side of the flower. Oh, that looks so cool. Good job. Okay, and then let's draw the bottom of the flower. And then let's draw the stem. I'm going to draw a curve that goes over the pencil line, but we're going to stop at this flower. And then we can make the stem thicker by adding another curve right next to it. Let's add those leaves next. Trace over the pencil line. Oh, and this one goes behind the robot. And then let's come over here and add the stem coming down this flower too. This one comes all the way down to the little hill that our robot's on. And then we can draw those leaves in also. Let's jump over here and do the same thing that we did for this flower, but we're going to draw it for this one. So I'm going to first draw that center, then we'll draw this part, and the petals going all the way around, and each time we're going to come out to that pencil line until we get all the way around to the other side. Then we can draw the bottom of the flower and the stem coming down to the little blade of grass. Now we have a lot more flowers. Let's just repeat that same step that we did here for these flowers, but we're going to do it for all of the small ones. And you can also change how big the center is and how big the petals are. So for example, this one, maybe right here, has a really big center and then really small petals But we do the same thing to make the flower look 3D. We come out to the pencil line.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, this part we'll fast forward. So remember to pause the video and take time to draw all of the other flowers that you have as pencil lines. We finished our flowers. Now let's switch to the grass. We're going to just trace over all of the pencil lines that you can still see. This part will speed up again, so remember to pause the video. Jack, we did it. We finished our drawing. Well, we're not completely done.
You still need to color it.
Yes, my favorite part. We are going to fast forward again. This is going to take us a little while to color it in. But at the end, you can pause the video if you want to use our drawings as inspiration for your drawings.
Yes.
Oh, but you can also just color any way you want.
Yep.
All right, you ready to fast forward?
Yep.
Oh, and before we fast forward, don't forget to erase all of the pencil lines that you can still see, especially with all of the flowers. All right, let's speed things up. Jack, give me 5. We did it. We finished drawing and coloring our robots, our spring robots. They turned out so cool, colored in.
Yeah, it looks so much better.
Yeah, and I hope our friends will take time to color their drawings also. You can pause the video to use our drawing as inspiration. And if you have the same marker set, our Art for Kids Hub markers, you could use the same colors. WG1 and WG5, those are warm grays. We use WG1 for the shading on our robot and WG5 for the rock.
Then we use yellow 35.
And also orange 23. We used a green 46, and that's a darker green. And then we used a lighter green
59.
Yeah. The main color for the robot is 26. It's a light yellow. And then we use that orange 23 for the details. The darker brown color we used was
41.
Yeah. Then we also used red 15, blue 66, and what was the pink color that we used?
88.
Yeah. But also remember that you can use whatever you have at home. You could even use a different brand of markers, colored pencils, crayons, or oil pastels. Oh, it'd be awesome to use watercolor too.
That would be awesome. We hope you have fun drawing your spring robots.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun, and we hope you take extra time to color your drawings and add even more things. We added insects. I forgot to mention that. We have some ladybugs and also some butterflies. Yeah, butterflies. And we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.